Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm the creator of the Raven VR Gunstocks, and here we have the classic M4 and the new one, the PFD90. Both of these are compatible with the force tube recoil module, and we'll get into that in the next few clips. M4 version, we're rather limited because of the bulky build. It will only work with outside track controllers or self-track controllers, index knuckles, and the self-tracking Quest Pros. And now for the Raven PFD90, this one is way more compatible due to its more open build. It's currently compatible with index knuckles, Quest Pro controllers, Quest 3 controllers, and Playful Dream. Both of these gunstocks are also ambidextrous. For the PFD90, we have the slings attached to both sides so that we can have the gun more neutral. This way we have it right-handed, and we can switch to left-handed. For the Raven M4, it works in this very similar way. For those of you who are ambidextrous, which I am not, it will look way more graceful. Both these gunstocks come ready out of the box and just require a little bit of assembly. I'm going to do a quick setup. For more details, please view the tutorial. And now you just need to attach the sling and you're good to go. Both of these gunstocks feature magnetic main hands, so you can quickly swap from rifle to pistol to scavenge around in your backpack, or whatever it is that you require. The Raven M4, where out of the box it comes with a lock engaged, so it's harder to disengage it. It holds it steady in place. Disable it by pulling the loading mechanism back, and then you can free yourself. Now, if you don't want to pull the loading mechanism, you can disengage and lock by pulling it back and flipping the switch. Main hand can freely exit and enter the gunstock. Both of these gunstocks have interchangeable buttstock. Currently the M4 model has the Force Tube Storm haptic module installed with the Beefy. This is easily uninstalled by unlocking the spin lock and unscrewing it. Just like that, we put the standard buttstock back on and are good to go. The Raven PFD90 has a similar interchangeable buttstock feature where you disengage with this lock down here and it slides off. Here, if you purchase it separately, you can also use a Force Tube haptic module. Here we have the Explorer, slides on, and good to go. Same, but here's where the PFD90 differs from the M4. It comes included with a lightweight buttstock option. This is attached to the Force Tube adapter module. So when you do get the Force Tube Explorer or the Storm, simply unscrew the lightweight buttstock and attach your Force Tube haptic module here. And then it attaches to the buttstock in the exact same way. On the M4 optional Force Tube module, you will get included a double-sided sling mount that simply screws onto the bottom. And same with the PFD90 version, you also get the double-sided sling mount. Both these gunstocks also feature interchangeable offhand cups, which they will be opened up to something like Thingiverse, so you can 3D print your own. On the M4, you have different offhand cup options. You have one on the shotgun, which can be locked into any position that you desire. Same with the magazine. This is where the offhand cup sits. The magazine itself is height adjustable, so that you can have it on 5 different stages, depending on where you want it. If you want to be super cool, you can also buy an additional magazine, which has the same functionality, but if you want to be so cool to swap magazines in-game, it can also be stored in the buttstock and swapped around just like that. Both these magazines also feature belt clips, so you can store them on your belt if you wish to do so. For the PFD90, the offhand cup sits here on the front. This can also be adjusted in length and locks in switch of the finger. Also, any length that you desire. The offhand cup here can be also swapped out. You disengage it with these locks here and pull it down. The spare or different offhand cup is stored in the buttstock itself. Pull that out, and this one is longer. So for those who want a bit more extended range, now you can do so. Both these gunstocks feature a pump gun function, which is spring-loaded. Both these gunstocks come with a sling that was specifically chosen for us t-shirt warriors, so that it doesn't cut into your neck. The sling can be attached in multiple ways. On the M4, you have the option of attaching it here, which if you want to go ambidextrous, I would recommend attaching both here, and then have the sling just around your neck. Now, if you're gonna go one-sided, I would suggest putting the softer side of the sling onto the top here, and the bottom side onto the sling mount down here. When you have it around your neck and your arm, it will sit perfectly where you need it. Same for the Raven PFD90. You have sling mounting points on this side and on this side. You can choose either one side to have it just for right-handed or left-handed, or use both sides around the neck only for ambidextrous use. Both these buttstocks feature a length adjustable buttstock. On the M4, simply tap this latch and you have multiple stages that you can lock it in. You can also, by pushing it all the way down, remove it. For the Raven PFD90, we have a similar system to where here are the latches that lock it in place. Simply push them down to unlock or up to lock. Comes with the buttstock locked in. Simply push this button at the top here to unlock it. You can adjust the length to whatever desired length you want and lock it on either side or on both sides with these latches. For the force tube modules, there are some distinct differences. The PFD90 has an adjustable buttstock for the force tube module, which is universal for the Storm or the Explorer, adjusted by unscrewing this knob here on the side, and you can move it up or down, forward and backwards. Lock it in place again with the screw. Now for the M4, however, you are going to have to choose specifically whether you are going to be using the Storm or the Explorer module. Here we have the Beefy for the Storm module, which they all have suspension to allow for the kick to not transfer to the controller itself, otherwise you'll have flying controllers. For the Explorer module, you're going to have to choose whether you want standard length or the stubby version, which is 2.6 centimeters shorter. So depending on your arm length, if your arm is a little shorter, go for the stubby. These also feature suspension and simply screw on. What was I going to talk about now? Both of these gunstocks also feature a unique height adjustable system for the buttstock itself. You simply disengage the lock and then you can slide it up or down where you want. These ridges indicate where it can be locked into place. Lower it, you can have it lower and still have full functionality. For the M4, we have a very unique system where it's strong as it is by itself, but very easy and quick to adjust in 15-degree increments. This works with a locking system here in the middle. So to adjust, you need to slide the buttstock over to this side compared to the main part, which has to slide to the other. So what we have here is a thumb rest, which spins, but it does nothing else. It's not a button or anything like that. So you put your hand on here, push it over, and it unlocks. The same functionality also works with the force tube module, since the mechanism is on the body side and not on the buttstock side. Both these gunstocks also feature an adjustable cheek rest. On the PFD90, simply put your fingers on these latches here and pull up. It comes up in different stages. To go down, you have to pull this trigger on the top and slide it down. For the M4, however, it's a simple click on cheek rest. It goes into the grooves on top of the stock here, and you can see there are two rows, so you can put it either anywhere on the gunstock you want, forward, backwards, and two adjustable heights. Both these buttstocks can also be extended for those of you who have longer arms. Unscrew the knob on the bottom here and place it to wherever you want. The closer you make it to the buttstock, the less far out the buttstock will slide. The further out you put it, the more it extends. If you completely remove the nub, it will extend to its maximum length. Same with the PFD90, although it doesn't extend further by itself, there are two screw holes on the back here to which you can either print out your own butt to put on the back here or purchase the additional one on the website, which it might not be up yet, but by the time you look at this, it might be. And now let's get to some of the differences. On the M4, for instance, the front module disconnects, so you can have the pump gun on there or not. If you use a smaller SMG, you might not want that front weight. This also features a belt clip so it can be stored on your belt. It simply clicks in, and to take it off it has a hidden button on the top. Because it looks very real, comes with a little orange safety cap that simply clicks on to the front and can be easily removed. The M4 also features an immersive reload mechanism where you have this top lever. This also functions as the locking mechanism for the main hand cradle, but what we also have here in the buttstock is a charging lever that you can screw on to the side and have that kind of loading mechanism depending on what kind of rifle you want to use in-game if you prefer to use that immersive reload mechanism. As for the PFD90, it features additionally the lightweight buttstock, which comes included, and it also comes with a wall mount, which needs more improvement in the future, but for now it will do. And you have a tripod mount on the bottom of this Gunstock, so you can attach this and mount it to the wall. This will also allow you with the little hook to hang your additional controller on it. Which one is right for you? If you have an index controller and you want immersion, I would highly recommend the M4. If you want something quick and lightweight, which is more compatible with other headsets like the Quest and the Playful Dream, then definitely pick up the PFD90. But as far as features, you can tell both of these pretty much have all the unique features or essential features that you would want from a Gunstock. Quick and easy to use and immersive. Thank you for watching.